Let's start lying down on the mat. Head towards the back of the room. Feet extend out forward. And if you want to take a hip opener, you can take the bottoms of the feet start to touch, knees spread wide open. Your arms can be wherever they'd like as well, whether they're by the sides of the body, out into a T, cactus in the arms, or bringing one hand over the heart, the other over the belly. Closing the eyes if they aren't already closed. Allowing your focus to move inwards using your breath. A couple of neutral breaths to begin as you settle into your practice, your space, your body. Then whenever you're ready, practicing what we call our Ujjayi Pranayama, our victorious breath, by keeping the lips sealed and breathing deeply in and out from the nose. Noticing the chest rise and let the belly expand with your inhale. And as you exhale fully, deeply, and with purpose, letting it all go. When you breathe, there is a small constriction at the back of the throat. You're creating a sound that resembles an ocean or a wave. So throughout your practice, using your Ujjayi Pranayama, knowing that at any point, if you get warm, you can take your open mouth exhale. On your next inhale, if you have the knees spread wide open, use the hands on the outsides of the thighs to guide the knees in. And tuck the right knee in towards your chest. Left leg extends out and down for wind removing pose, right side. Start to rotate your right ankle, moving that ankle clockwise a couple of rounds, counterclockwise, grounding into the lower back. And slightly tuck the chin in towards your chest to keep the spine long all the way through the crown of the head. And at this point, extend the right leg up to the sky. Hands start to interlace behind the right thigh, foot flexed, hips squared. And then energetically extending this left leg out and down as it roots into the floor. Now from this right leg, flex the foot, and then exhale, point the toe. Inhale, flex, exhale, point. Really accentuate the point here all the way from the calf, the hip. I'll give you a couple of options here. You can bend into the right knee, grabbing the big toe with your fingers, your index and your middle finger, or just start to extend the right leg out to the side of the body. So you can either grab the big toe, the ankle, the shin, wherever it is. Left arm extends out to the side into a T, and then shifting the gaze over to the left hand or the left shoulder. Breathe. Allowing the hip to open, using gravity here as your friend. And then bending the knee back in towards your chest, squeezing the knee in, and then exhale, right foot meets your left. And the left knee moves in towards your chest, taking it here in your wind removing pose, left side. As you rotate your left ankle, moving that clockwise, counterclockwise. And hear all of those little nooks and crannies into the ankle. And here, extend the left leg up to the sky, interlacing the hand grip behind your left thigh, moving through a flexed foot. Inhale. Exhale, point the toe. Inhale to flex. Exhale to point. A couple of rounds here at your pace. And a couple of options here. You can either grab for the big toe or the ankle or shin. As you extend this left hip open to the side of the body, right arm out to the side into a T, and then shifting your gaze or your drishti to the right hand if it feels comfortable for your neck. As you open the left hip, the hamstring, breathing into these spaces that need it the most. And then then bending the knee back into the chest, inhale. And exhale, left foot meets the right. Let's keep both arms by the sides of the body here, palms facing down. Now tuck both knees into the chest, using the core, that lower core, as if you're trying to touch all the way up towards the chest or to the nose. Now extend the legs up to the sky, legs up the wall. Again, keeping the arms by the sides of the body. And if you need some support, bring the hands even closer towards your hips. From here, extend the leg. Let's slowly lower the legs down, letting them hover about an inch off the floor. Good, your next inhale, knees into the chest. Reaching the legs up to the sky. And then slowly exhaling them down, letting them hover. Maybe they're even closer towards the ground. Good, tucking the knees into the chest, inhale. Legs extend high up to the sky, and as you exhale, slowly let them lower. At this point, I want you to let the feet hover. Hold, keeping the low belly active. You're gonna be here for 3. Squeeze in the inner thighs for 2. For 1, again, tuck the knees into the chest. Now hug the knees here, grabbing the hands on the outsides of the shins. You can rock it side to side, left and right, giving your lower back some love. And then as you rock forward and back, finding your way through a seated position. And then cross the legs, plant the hands, tabletop pose. In your tabletop, stacking shoulders directly over the wrists, hips above the knees, gaze at the floor between the hands. Pressing the hands firmly, spread the fingers wide. Inhale, arch the back, look up at the ceiling, your cow pose. Good, exhale, rounding the back, chin to chest, cat. Good, inhale, cow, arch the spine, look up at the ceiling, lift. And then exhale, cat, rounding the back, chin to chest, yes. Moving through a few cows and cats at your pace as you calibrate the breath in the body. Exploring any movement here that feels good for you, whether you want to roll out the shoulders, roll out the neck, move the hips side to side, figure 8s. So here, finding your space, your body, your breath. Good, and find stillness here in that tabletop position. I want you to tuck the toes, lift the knees about 1 inch off the floor. Activating into the core, both sides of the hips are even, gaze is between the hands. Imagine you have a block on the lower back and you will not let this block fall. You're pressing into the hands firmly. Let's puff out in the upper back, so rounding the upper back, good adjustment. You're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, taking a couple cows and cats. And if you need to take child's pose, feel free to move into that to your Vinyasa. Your practice, your home practice, doing whatever serves you tonight or morning, whenever you feel like watching this. Whenever you're ready, we're going to set up inward hover tabletop 1 more time. So tuck the toes, lift the knees, let the knees hover about 1 inch off the floor. Press the hands firmly. Again, that puffiness in the upper back lets me know that you're working it out. You're here for 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, taking your cows and cats. Inhale, arching the back, looking up at the ceiling. And then exhale, rounding it out, chin to chest. Good, good work. Beautiful breath. Breathe it in. And then breathe it out. Now this time, as you find a neutral spine, tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way up into your downward facing dog. So this is your first downward facing dog of your practice. So doing what you need here, whether that's bending at the knees, left and right, moving the hips side to side, or kicking 1 leg up into your 3-legged dog from the other, do that too. Finding stillness in your downward facing dog, actively reach the heels further into the ground as if you're trying to lift all 10 toes off the mat. That's how active you are into the legs. If the heels don't yet touch, soften in the knees by slightly bending them and then lift the hips a little bit higher. From here, bend the knees slightly, look up towards your hands, inhale, step, walk, or float all the way to the top of the mat, exhale. Good, inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins if needed, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, keeping the hips shifting over the ankles, yep. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more wave like that. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, flat back. And exhale, fold. Good, root down to rise, arms sweep high over the head, Urdhva Hastasana, lengthens lips. And then exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. So here at the top of your mat, your feet are either hip width distance or to touch, your choice. So if your feet are hip width distance, still keep the feet parallel. If the feet are to touch, there is that small sliver here at the back of the ankles to keep the feet parallel. Inhale, arms sweep high over the head, look up. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, then plant the hands, step it back into your high plank and pause in your high plank. Strong into the core, firing up the quads. In your high plank, you're breathing it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Let's shift above the wrist, come high up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, let's lower it all the way down to the floor. Good, hips lower, untuck the toes. Extend the right arm out to the side of the body. Pressing both hands into the floor. Let's open up the chest to the left side of the room. So press into the left hand. Oh, press the left hand in, and then open up the chest. Perfect. Oops, I'm not supposed to touch her. So here as she expands the right side of the shoulder and that right part of the chest. Option with your hip. You can bend the left knee, place this left foot behind the back of the hip for a deeper stretch. So wherever you are, let's relax the head and neck. Plant the hands down firmly into the earth, and at your pace, you can open up the hip. Breathe it in deeply through the nose and exhale out through the nose. Good. Take your inhalation here. And then exhale back to the belly, hands beneath the shoulders, legs extend out and down, then left arm out to the side, out into a T. And then right hand presses into the floor, opening up the chest to the right side of the room. You can stay in this option or open up through the hip, bending the right knee, right foot plants into the floor, and allow the head and neck to relax. So here, breathing into the chest, into the shoulder, keeping both hands actively pressing into the ground. Good. Breathe it deeply in. And then this exhale back to the belly, hands placed right beneath the shoulders, thumbs at the floating rib cage. Take your cobra or upward facing dog, your choice, and then hold it at the top of the breath. Pressing the hands firmly, lift up the heart, the chest. And then exhale, downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips high, beautiful work. Good, bending at the knees, look towards your hands, inhale, step, walk, or float to the top of the mat, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold it forward. Again, those waves with your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine, flat back. Good, exhale, fold. Root down to rise, arms sweep high overhead, look up. And then exhale, Samastiti, mountain pose. Strong through the feet, all 4 feet, parts of your feet grounding into the earth. Inhale, arms reach high, look up. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, then plant the hands, step it back, high plank, and hold. So this time in your high plank, I want you to challenge yourself. If you want to, you can take it into some push-ups, maybe some chaturanga push-ups, slowly one lowering it down, lifting it all the way back up. You can take some shoulder taps, right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right shoulder, or even to strengthen out the wrist, you can rock forward and rock back. Rock forward, rock back. So that is exactly what she's doing right here. So anything that serves you tonight. You're here for 3, for 2, good, for 1. Exhale, let's lower it all the way down to the floor. Again, as you extend that right arm out to the side, pressing the left hand into the earth, open up the chest to the left side of the room. As you have this option here, bending the left knee, placing the left foot behind the back of the hip, this is your option 1. If you want to take it even further into a twist into the torso, you can bend both knees, placing both feet to the ground. So let's bend the knees and place the left foot or the right foot down to the floor, please. And then let's lift up the knee. Yeah, so it's even more of a deeper twist into the torso. If you can put the feet a little bit wider, that would be great. Yeah, I know, it's a little bit contortion-y. But as long as it feels good for the body, you can hold it here, and if it doesn't, that's okay. There is no judgment in your practice. So if you're trying this at home, be mindful of what feels good and what doesn't. There are different sensations into the body, listening to that. Take your inhalation here, and then exhalation back to the belly. Slowly unwind, extend out the legs, hands then placed beneath the shoulders. Setting up your left side, left arm extends out to the side, pressing both hands into the earth, opening up the chest to the right side of the room. So you have your options here. You can bend one knee, you can bend both knees, lifting both knees up to the sky. I know it's a little bit twisty, so finding something and maybe knowing that one side is a little bit tighter than the other, and that's okay. Deep breath in through the nose, sending all the oxygen into the body and all of those pieces that needs it the most. Your next inhale here. Exhale, slowly unwind, back to the belly, legs extend, hands placed right beneath the shoulders, thumbs at the floating rib cage. Take your cobra or upward facing dog again and holding it here at the top of the breath. Good, then exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips high. Take a couple of moments here to settle in again in your downward facing dog. You can walk it out, bending the knee left and right. Beautiful work. Then stillness in your downward facing dog. Actively reach the heels into the ground as you lift the right leg up and through third or three-legged dog. Hips squared, foot flexed. Exhale, right knee in towards your chest. Let's round through that upper back as if you're trying to touch the nose. Again, inhale, reach it up and back, three-legged dog. Good, exhale, right knee into the chest once again. One more time, inhale to lift it all the way up. Exhale, right back in towards your nose, holding it here. Without moving your head, can you try to bring the right knee even closer towards your chest? Yep. Place the foot down between your hands, high lunge, right side. Arms sweep high up for high crescent lunge. So in this high crescent lunge, your option is to keep the arms high over the head. You can even bring the hands to hips to situate through the hips. You can move that right hip back, left hip forward to square it off a little bit more. And then the toenails of her feet is what's grounding and centering her. The lift of the back left foot, finding ground here. And then now as she starts to lower this left knee, let it hover about an inch off the floor, firing up that right quad, opening up the left psoas, and then exhale to lift it all the way back up. Inhale to lower it down. Exhale to lift it up. Inhale to lower. Good, exhale to lift, holding it here. Now inhale, arms lift high, up crescent. Open it up, warrior two, right side, spinning the left heel down. The right knee is generously bending into a 90-degree angle and shoulders are stacked beautifully right over her hips. As she gazes forward past her right fingertip, starts to reach out, extended side angle, right elbow to the left of the thigh, and then lift the left arm vertical. That is her option here. You can take it into a full diagonal line as she brings this left arm all the way up towards her left ear. She can even take the fingertips all the way to the floor if she'd like, wherever she is today. Engaging into the inner thigh as she opens up through the hips, strong into the core, into the belly. Good, gaze down at the floor. Inhale, we're flipping it all the way up and back for reverse warrior. Right arm lifts high. Left hand grazes down the thigh, or you can take a bind behind the back. Left hand behind the back of the body, reaching for the opposite hip. Inhale. And then exhale, let's windmill the arms down and around here in her first full vinyasa if she'd like. And then moving into downward facing dog. So vinyasa consists of that high to low push-up, into a cobra or upward facing dog on the inhale, and then downward facing dog, exhale. Whenever vinyasa is cued, you can skip it or move through the flow, and then feel free whenever you need to take child's pose. Left leg lifts up, inhale, three-legged dog. Good. Exhale, left knee in towards your chest, rounding it out. Inhale, extend, three-legged dog, lift. Exhale, left knee into your chest. Last round, inhale, lift it all the way up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee into the chest, hold it here. Again, without trying to touch or move the nose, can you bring the knee even closer towards your chest? Yep. Place the foot down between the hands, high lunge. Arms sweep high up for high crescent. As she extends the arm, they are actively reaching up and into the body. You can stay here with the arms overhead, that is that challenge, or bring them back down to the hips, your choice. As she slowly bends a knee into that hovered lunge, inhale. Exhale, lift it all the way back up. This line of energy is moving down from the sit bones and energetic lifting up to the crown of her head. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now this time, inhale, reach the arms high over the head, crescent. And exhale, open it up, warrior to left side. Spinning the right heel down, good. Creating that heel to arch alignment. And arms are reaching out to opposite ends of the room. Taking it into her extended side angle, left elbow to the knee, right arm lifts high vertically. You're taking it into that full diagonal line. Strong legs, strong feet, strong core. Although it might feel like a great place to hang out, there is no hanging out here. She's energetically lifting all of her lines up to the sky. Breathe. Good. Gaze back down towards your mat and flip it back into your reverse warrior. Inhale. Optional bind. And then exhale and windmill the arms down and around, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Good. Right leg lifts up, inhale, three-legged dog. As she brings her right knee back into her chest, so place the foot down between the hands, take low lunge this time. Lowering the left knee, untuck the toe. Now from low lunge, you can stay here in this low lunge position, or you can bring the hands to the thighs, or even extend the arms overhead. As she moves into this position, you might not be able to see it, but she is actively pressing the top of the foot into the ground, so much so that her left knee is really hovering off the floor so that she's protecting her joints. Inhale, lengthens here in that crescent lunge. We're taking a twist now. So exhale, opening up the arms to opposite ends of the room. Optional bind, right arm wraps behind the back of the body and the left hand over the right thigh for a twist. Grounding into the feet. Inhale, crown of the head lifts. Exhale, seeing if you could twist a little bit deeper from the right side of her obliques. Breathe. Beautiful, beautiful legs. Inhale, reach the arms high, torso forward. Exhale, plant the hands down into the earth, then rock your hips back into half split pose. Here in half split, her fingertips are lifting, moving that right hip back, left hip forward. And you can create different sensations here, moving through a flexed foot or point the toe. Moving through the flexed foot, pointed toe, finding your own breath pattern here. If you don't know what it connects to, that's okay, as long as you're moving the breath. Beautiful. Finding stillness here with your foot. Let's take an inhale, lift up the torso halfway. And then now exhale, fold the torso in deep. Good. Inhale, lift the torso up halfway. And exhale, fold the torso, really breathing into the back of the hamstring. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time as she inhale, lifts it up halfway, bending the right knee back into lunge pose. Then heel toe the right foot over to your left hand, half pigeon. Lowering the right knee down, untuck the toe. Good. So here in half pigeon, active half pigeon here, because if she folds her head forward, she's right into the bowls, so we're not going to do that for her. So in her active half pigeon, the right calf is pressing firmly into the ground. All right, so knowing that if she's doing this correctly, she can lift the fingertips off of the floor. You can lift the fingertips off the floor. Maybe you're bringing the hands to her hips. Not you, but she's doing it. And then she's lifting up the arms up to the sky. So this is a really big active half pigeon pose. Pressing into the right calf, lifting the torso, lifting the crown. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Deep belly breath in. And the next time as you plant the hands down, exhale. Left toe tucks under. Kick the right leg up and back for three-legged dog. And then moving through a vinyasa here, or take it directly into your downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Left leg lifts up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, then left knee in towards your chest. Place the foot down between the hands. Low lunge. Lower the right knee, untuck the toe. In that low lunge, hands can stay there. They can lift up to the thigh or reach the arms high overhead. As you stabilize and ground in this low lunge position, moving that left hip back, right hip forward. Strong into the core, strong into the breath. As we take a twist, exhale, arms reach out to opposite ends of the room. Option to take a bind. Right, left arm behind the back of the body. Right hand over the left thigh, twist. Inhale to lengthen the crown. Exhale to twist even deeper. And then inhale, arms lift high, torso forward. And then exhale, plant the hands down, rock the hips back, half split pose, left side. Here in that half split, moving through flex foot, pointed toe. Maybe you're inhaling flex, exhaling pointed, or vice versa. And then find stillness in whichever variation fits you. Now creating waves with your breath. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, long through the spine. Exhale, fold. One more round. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Her next inhale as you rock the hips back forward, lunge pose. Heel toe the left foot to the right hand, half pigeon left side. Here in that half pigeon, left calf rounding into the earth, lifting through the heart, the chest, peeling the heart chest forward. You can place the hands wherever you'd like, whether that's on the fingertips on the floor, to the hips, or all the way up to the sky. Your choice. Breathe. Deep inhalation in. And then exhalation, then plant the hands down. Right toe tucks under, left leg kicks all the way up and back. Three-legged dog, shake it out. And then moving through vinyasa or directly into your downward facing dog. Beautiful, beautiful work. Good. Right leg lifts up. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then exhale, this time I want you to place the right foot between the hands, but take a little bit of a shorter stance actually. So a shorter stance in that, into a triangle pose leg. So lift up the torso in triangle pose. Reach the arms out to opposite ends of the room. All right. So as we bring the left hand to the hip, we're going to lose the left hand out of the equation as we prepare here for our half moon pose. Our half moon pose, she's starting to bend at the right knee. Her gaze is going to be down about a foot away from the top of her toes. And as we extend the left leg up and back in her half moon or Ardha Chandrasana, she doesn't even need a block. or the ground. She is actively reaching all of her limbs to opposite ends of the room, and the cherry on top here is lifting this left arm up to the sky. Breathe. Beautiful work, Cassandra. Good, good, good. Knowing that if you have props, you're welcome to use a prop right beneath the hand. All good. She is super strong and balanced here in that half moon pose. I'm also going to give her an added challenge. Maybe if she wants to move into her Ardha Chandrasana. Oh, her Chopasana. And that's okay. Falling is life. Continue moving through that. All right, so here, soften again in that right leg. Step this left foot back into that short stance once again. Let's reverse it into reverse triangle pose. Flip the right hand up and back. Inhale long through the right side of the body. Finding space here, grounding at the feet. Beautiful, beautiful work. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Deep belly breath in. And then exhale, let's windmill the arms down, taking it in through your vinyasa or downward facing dog. Good work. Left leg lifts up. Inhale, three-legged dog. As she brings the left knee towards your chest, place the foot down into that shorter stance, into triangle pose legs. So arms lift up, torso reaches out neutrally. And then let's lose that right hand out of the equation, right hand to the hip. Left arm extends, bending at that left knee, taking it into your half moon pose left side. Left hand reaches down for the floor, reaching the right leg up and back. Here in this half moon pose, again, beautiful work. As she demonstrates a very balanced half moon pose, you can take an option here. Right arm is a cherry on top to lift up to the sky. Nice. Strong into the legs, creating balance into that standing left leg. Breathe. Inhale here. And then as she exhales, soften in that left knee, step it back, triangle pose legs, flip the left arm high and then back, reverse triangle. Relieving any tension here on that left standing leg, creating this long line of energy from the left heel to the left fingertips. Inhale. And then exhale, windmill the arms down and around, taking it into your vinyasa or downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Lowering down to the knees, taking tabletop pose. Good. From tabletop, finding space, finding ground as you inhale the right arm out to the side of the body. Exhale, weave the right arm under and through, grounding out the right shoulder. Left hand can reach up to the top of the mat. Option 1. Option 2, the left arm wraps behind the back of the body. Option 3, the left leg can extend back and up, finding balance, finding strength. This is my secret little option 4. Maybe you want to bend the left knee. And then if you have balance, left hand reaches for the top of the foot or ankle. Yes. And then creating balance. Kicking that left leg up and back. Good. She's doing an amazing job as my demonstrator. She's killing it. Now releasing that left foot. If you have the left foot, left hand plants by the ear, slowly unwind, meeting me back into your tabletop pose. Beautiful work. Left arm extends out. Exhale, weave the left arm under and through, creating almost the same variation if it feels good for you. So right hand reaches forward, it can take a bind. Right leg can extend up and back. And that little secret cherry on top here, this time bending that right knee, reaching for the top of the foot, the ankle, the toe, wherever you might grab. Kicking it all the way up and back. Beautiful work. Nice extension. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. And then slowly unwind, releasing the foot, plant the hand, taking it back into your tabletop pose. Now in tabletop, let's sit down towards the heels, big toes touch. Oh. Or in our hero pose. That works too. No. Hero pose is beautiful. So we can take it here in hero pose. Option now. If you need a block at any point, if you have your home blocks, you can take a block underneath the sit bones. But she has Her knees look good today. They feel good?
Sometimes.
Yeah. All right, so here in hero pose, I want you to take the hands to interlace behind the back of the body. Interlace them. Let's peel the heart chest, lift the chin up to the sky. Inhale. As you then exhale, fold the torso forward, leading with the heart, with the chest. You might find your forehead on the mat, your nose on the mat. You might even find the crown of the head on the mat. So if you find the crown of the head on the mat as you tuck the chin in towards your chest, I'm giving you this option. The shins can ground into the earth, and then lift up the hips up as if you're moving into an option of rabbit pose. So really massaging the crown of the head, finding balance here. And her hands, her chest expansion arms are really extending up to the sky. She has good flexible shoulders as well. So find breath. Tucking the chin into the chest. So this is that third option into that rabbit pose variation. If you are here, start to lower down the glutes to the ankles, using the strength of the core as we bring the hands right by the back of the body. And then inhale, slowly lift up and rise. That works too. Oh. And then hands back to heart center. Beautiful work. We're going to move into that one more time. So as she then interlaces a hand behind the back of the body, whatever thumb was on top before, switch that out. So inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades into the spine. Exhale, fold the torso forward. Beautiful work. So this second round, she can find whatever feels good for her now. So whether she wants to do it one more time into that rabbit pose, grounding at the crown, lifting up the glutes, finding extension all the way through the arms up into the fingertips. Breathe. Good. And then if you are here in this option, slowly lower down the glutes. Hands down by the body. Inhale, lift up through. Breathe it in. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a couple of breaths in your hero pose, Virabhadrasana. That is not Virabhadrasana, it's a Virasana. And then taking a couple of moments as she presses the hands into the heart. And then slowly blink the eyes open if they had naturally fallen shut. Let's swing the legs around. Feet plant down. We're having a dance party upstairs, and that's completely normal. All right, feet are planted hip width distance, hands behind the thighs, or reach the arms out to extend. Slowly roll it back, one vertebrae at a time. Good. Tucking the knees into the chest, hug the knees. Creating some circles here with the knees as you move the circles, the knees in circles, right side, left side, counterclockwise motions. And then as she brings the forehead all the way into the knees, hugging it all out. And then moving into a Shavasana here. Legs extend, arms by the sides of the body. This is your at-home practice, so you can take Shavasana for as long as you want. So whether you want to take a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Closing the eyes, softening your face. Letting the tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Knowing that when we're here in Shavasana, the mind wanders, and that's okay. How quickly can you notice that, and how quickly can you come back to your breath and your body? Shavasana for as long as you like, but whenever you're ready, start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, bringing the arms over the head as if you're giving yourself your first morning stretch. Rolling over to one side that feels your best, using your arm as a pillow. And finding your way into a seated, comfortable position. Bringing the hands to heart. Wanted to take this time to thank you, Cassandra, and you all for joining me here in your practice. This is your journey
of self-discovery through movement, breath, allowing yourself to be here and present. Thank you. The light in me sees all the light that shines within you. From my heart to yours. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.